Finally, do you see what I see? This is Midjourney. They've released video. My name is Rosh, and I'm the co-host of the Creative AI Show, where we are two creative guys talking AI. And in this video, we're going to talk about the upgrade to Midjourney with video. And we're going to talk about how to create videos. We're going to show you different types of videos, such as people, food, nature, and see how it compares to the other AI platforms that have recently been released. So Midjourney is known for its excellent AI image generation. And now you can take those images and turn them into videos by simply clicking here. Pick your image. You can upload if you wish, or select an image such as this one. There we go. As you can see, that's the image we're using. From here, you can type a prompt or leave it alone, or select settings, in which you have a couple options: motion and speed. For the most part, you'll use motion. And if you need a reminder, click on the question mark and it'll tell you exactly what it does. It controls the amount of motion in your image. Is there a lot of motion, gradual movement, or a lot of movement, a lot of camera movement and subject movement? Let's go with high. And speed, the speed of the generation. Right now we just have fast mode. As you can see here, turbo mode is probably on its way rather soon, and fast mode, which is available to us right now in the basic plans. And just like creating an image, you'll find your image under Create. And it really does not take that long. As you can see, this is live right now, and it's moving at a pretty good clip. You'll also notice that it's only 480p, so it's not a very large file. It's 5 seconds, but you do have the opportunity to extend it up to 21 seconds by adding 4-second increments to the 5 seconds. So it took about a minute for these images to be rendered, and as you see, as you hover over them, they all move, which is very nice. You can see which one you may like, which version you may like. Again, it took a minute. However, there's rumors that they're trying to increase that speed. And the way they're talking, it could be 10, maybe 20 seconds. If you wish to extend this video, you can do so, again, up to 21 seconds, and you can have it done automatically. In other words, the AI deciding how it's going to be extended, or you can extend manually. And here it says model walks towards the camera and then turns and walks away. And again, return. And here's the extended video. Just what we asked for. And the extension happened on all 4 of those videos, in case you were wondering. If you want to download, you can do so right here. And if you want to download the video for social media, it sizes up. The quality is really just stretches it out for social. But it's an option for you because currently, again, we only have the 480p. Now let's test out some other types of videos before we get into the direct comparisons. And we'll compare to Runway, Kling, and Hailuo, their new version that just was released, 2.0. Here's the first image that I created with the new video, and I thought it was pretty cool. It was this image, as you see, and then I asked it to make the eye blink. And so it had to make up how the eyelids worked, and I thought it was pretty cool. What do you think? Admittedly, the AIs have struggled with food, and so I thought we would go in and test food once again, and especially cutting a steak, because this tends to be a really tough topic for many of the AIs, and maybe it's one we can compare in a few moments. But let's start off here, where when the image is opened up, you'll see here that you have the options you had before in terms of upscaling and enhancing and so forth, but you now also have those animation modes. And so let's do high motion once again. It's important to note that as soon as you click this button, we're heading on over to create. This one is automate. We're also going to test the same image with high motion and low motion with a prompt, doing it manually. But let's see what we got with automatic. That's good. Very good. Yeah, I think this does a really good job compared to many of the others. I know there's always a little something that is off and the physics isn't perfect, but I think compared to many of the others, it's rather impressive. Manual low motion. Close up of a chef cutting a steak, and chef eats a piece of steak. This is tough. Eating is always tough, so I'm really interested to see how this works. We may not see it in the low motion. It may be more accessible to actually see the movement in the high motion, or the eating is maybe the chef brings up a piece of the steak to his mouth. Let's see what happens. And now click on high motion. Here we go. And hey, this is a reminder that if you click too many buttons, it's just going to keep creating your version. So if you have a limited number of options, be careful what you click on or how many times you click on it. But let's take a look. So here is our chef cutting the steak, takes a piece, a little off. Nope, just bringing it up. Let's see. A little faster. Oh, there you go. And that was actually wow, that is one of there's some issues with the chef picking up the piece of steak, but yeah, but the mouth eating the piece of steak is probably the best I have ever seen. And remember, the chef was not part of the original image, so that's impressive. Let's see if it does it in another one. Nope. And the other. No, so we only got to one. Let's see with the fast motion. This is low manual motion. And if you do want to cancel, you can just click right here, by the way. So I'm going to cancel this one. Here's the high motion. And let's see, it's faster, and I'm going to assume, yeah. Oh, but we do see, yeah, okay. Good physics there. Pretty good. I figured we'd see more people in this one with faster motion. And I bet yep, again, each chef is a little bit different. But yeah, that wasn't very good physics and natural movement wise. Better. I think the first one's the best so far. Here's the last one. Oh, we didn't see but we did see more in this variation. So very good. I give high marks on the food prep and eating especially, because we have done a number of tests with eating that have just gone wrong. I'm going to do this one here. And all right, let's see what happens. Cuts a robot in half with the saber sword. Here we go. Do we want to make any adjustments? Yeah, we're going to need fast motion for all that to happen. Here we go. The next one we'll do is nature. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. Ooh, wow. Okay, don't want to mess with her. See the next one? Oh, little physics issues there with the head turn. Yeah, that's let's see. Maybe the first one so far. What about the last one? That's better. Let's see. Did we have a physics issue? No, maybe not. Okay. This last one worked out pretty well. Now let's do a nature photo. So in this one, I'm going to see if we can change the scene maybe to a forest, to a thick forest. So we'll do it manual, high motion, purple llama in a thick forest. High motion. Let's see how it does. And let's check it out. So no, I don't see much of a change with the scenery, but the motion is really good. Here's the other one. Again, just natural, good movement, motion. As you know, we often use a husky running through a daisy field, and the AIs had often had trouble with that. Obviously, they're getting better now, but motion is getting just stronger with each generation of AI video development. So I'm pretty happy with this, other than my request for a thick forest not being a part of the final version. Of course, we could certainly play with prompts, and down the road we'll be able to add elements, which is not available in this very first version. Now let's compare Midjourney with a more complicated prompt for it to create the image and then bring it to life. And we'll do the exact same thing with Runway, Kling, and Minimax. Okay, here's a more complex prompt, and pause to read. And we'll keep the weirdness minimal and stylization variety simple, and go. Do the same for Runway. Here is Kling. And lastly, Hailuo 2. So each will create their own version, and then we'll just use a basic bring to life. So looking at the options, wow, pretty cool. I'm going to go with this one. Bring to life will be the same prompt for each one. So I'll use high motion manual with bring to life. And I'm going to get rid of this because the other ones won't have that in there. Something went wrong when I removed the prompt, so we'll just use the prompt, and I put bring to life in the very beginning. Over at Runway, here we go. Wow, Runway is really cool. Let's do this one here. Use bring to life. And we're using Runway Gen 4. Over at Kling, looking good. And we'll generate video. We'll use 2.1 master, bring to life. And last, Hailuo, also very cool. I think all of them did a really good job. Oh, I like that. I like the glasses. Let's video it. Bring to life. Again, we're using the new Hailuo 02. Now we'll take a look at these 4 Midjourney videos. More of a dance. We just said bring to life, so there was really no instructions other than what was in the prompt and the request to bring to life. Here's Runway. And you know, I guess they all have this little dance to them. I don't know if that was necessarily intentional. This is a slow motion. I do like the wind, but I think that the Runway is not quite as good as the Midjourney. But let's see what Kling has to say about this. Here's Kling. Oh, wow. I like the lights flashing. That is really well done. I mean, the movement, just a little walk back, then forward. I don't think that was great, but the lights in the background, I think, is superior. Lastly, Hailuo. So Hailuo Minimax has an interesting feel. I do think it's doing a good job bringing that fog into the image, but there's not a lot of movement, but there doesn't necessarily have to be. Again, it was bring to life was the request. Back to Midjourney, obviously the output had to do with the image, and I think the other ones did, oddly enough, a really, really good job, and maybe even beat out Midjourney with image creation. However, I think Midjourney did an excellent job with video. And maybe at the very top of the list, I would say Kling did a really good job with those lights in the suit. I thought that was rather amazing, but there wasn't as much movement. So overall, we have more comparisons to do down the road. We still have the big guy VO3 to compare. There's Pika, as well as some other upgrades in the works. So we'll see Midjourney again in this video generation battle. So what do you think? Did Midjourney deliver when it comes to video? Was it worth the wait? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to hear more about AI for the creative, well, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And of course, watch the Creative AI Show every Monday on this YouTube channel, as well as your favorite podcast location. And I'll see you in the next video.